In Beijing, Chinese Premier Li Cheng met with visiting Pakistani President Asif Ali Zardari. The Thursday discussions were meant to strengthen strategic cooperative partnerships and to discuss Belt and Road projects. Beijing vowed an upgraded version of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor to include advancements in infrastructure systems. The talks are part of a 5-day visit by the Pakistani president. And for more on those talks, I'm joined by Zoon Ahmed Khan in Beijing. She's a research fellow at the Center for China and Globalization. Thank you so much for talking to us. We've reported in the past that Premier Li sees the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project as sort of a model for high-quality Belt and Road cooperation. It's seen as a big plus for advancing Pakistan's socio-economic development and regional integration. So give us an idea of what we've seen so far, and what does an upgraded version look like, do you think?
Thank you, Mike, firstly, for having me. And one of the most important things to note is that this visit of the president and of key ministers of Pakistan is coming exactly a decade after the phase 1 of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor was announced back in 2015 when President Xi visited Islamabad. And that phase included $46 billion of hard infrastructure investments, which, by the way, was something that Pakistan was looking for many international partners to invest, and China came up and invested at a time when the country needed it most. That said, this visit is, as you mentioned, about the further upgradation of CPEC. So what we've seen in the last 10 years has been from railways, roads, pipelines, also the Port of Gwadar and special economic zones. We have transitioned towards a more human-centric, development-centric approach and a more multifaceted approach, which has also been the direction of the BRI. So in this visit, what the priority of both the Chinese and the Pakistani government is how can we further enhance key sectors that are also priority sectors for Pakistan. An important example here is that the government of Pakistan has launched the 5 E's framework, which is from energy, environment, e-commerce, really thinking about how China's experiences and China's success in key sectors can be of further benefit to Pakistan. They also issued a joint statement which includes agriculture modernization, better security frameworks, how can Pakistan modernize and make Pakistan even safer, education partnerships. It's very broad-based, even includes, for example, poverty alleviation and development efforts, which of course we know through the Global Development Initiative is also a core priority of Beijing globally. So that is a priority, but at the same time, it is also regional approaches which are important. And for both China and Pakistan, it's important that while we work bilaterally and we improve, we further utilize the first phase of CPEC and think about how the quality of lives of Pakistani people can further improve through partnerships in ministries, constant dialogue. But it's also about thinking what kind of consensus, what kind of, ways forward do we want to promote in the region. And that's also where we both are on the same page, that a more peaceful region where there is dialogue with countries and ensuring peace and security, which of course is linked with economic improvement and people-to-people connectivity, are also pursued as a priority. So this is definitely a very timely visit.
Yeah. And you talked about length of time. Let's talk about the length of CPEC, because it's going to span 3,000 kilometers. It'll link Kashgar in Xinjiang's autonomous region with Gwadar port in Pakistan, which you talked about. So it's important for both countries in terms of trade. Just give us a sense, if you were to look into your crystal ball, what does this look like once this is complete?
Well, it's obviously work in progress. I think a lot of times, because the initial perception about CPEC and BRI was that it's just hard infrastructure, beyond that hard infrastructure, as you mentioned, which is extremely essential, the linkage, the road link that is going to enhance, mobility of goods, of people, of ideas, of everything between China and Pakistan. There's also linked, how can we enhance the capacity of Pakistani people and of, maybe other interested parties in investing in Pakistan, and along that road link, along that physical link, develop maybe different industries, further enhance the special economic zones which are already planned as well. Another very key factor when we talk about the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is that, of course, it's a link, a land link, a further enhanced link between China through Pakistan to the port of Gwadar. But it is also a vision that wants to include the landlocked regions of Central Asia through Afghanistan and link them with different markets, in Africa, in other parts of the world, with the shortest land link that actually exists between that region and the world. So this is definitely, beyond the road link, the railways, which we are also seeing is a priority. Both in the press statement, in the press release issued, both countries have said that they will prioritize, reaching a consensus on that physical link along the Karakoram Road, and then link the rest of Pakistan southwards with that. But that said, another priority is how can we make sure that we are building the Pakistani industries? And here we see a lot of people-to-people exchanges, educational exchanges, technical and vocational education. We are also seeing IT sector exchanges, think tank exchanges. So the Belt and Road Initiative and CPEC as a very important part of it is multifaceted. It is about people to people and investing in economies to be able to utilize the hard infrastructure and to find new ways, more creative ways to connect with regions. So we are seeing very positive developments. And essentially, we also need to think about the fact that Pakistan is a country that wants to modernize, that sees China as a critical and a very important example, a critical partner. And we want to even improve industries such as agriculture, such as rural development. How has China been very successful in alleviating so many people out of poverty? It was a very creative approach. So when Pakistan looks at China as a partner, we are looking at obviously Chinese expertise in hard infrastructure, in construction, in skills development, but we're also looking at a more creative approach towards addressing the various challenges that Pakistan and developing countries face.
Yeah, it's fascinating, Zoon. We've run out of time, but thank you so much for your insights. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.